a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign with a ton of homebrew and a bunch of wonderful people. I am Crash. I am the one who sighs heavily after multiple decisions are made. And with me are a bunch of people who may or may not sigh heavily, including, but not limited to, we have April, Matt, Millie, Eric, Cindy's hanging out, reminding me to press the record button, which I have pressed. I remembered. Thank you. And what happened last week?
Well, I cleaned... My face went numb from licking the milk river, and then it stopped. And then they almost made me promise to not eat everything, but since I got better, it's fine. Anyway, so then we kept going, and I found this pill after fighting something, and it looked really cool, but then Mom took it and wouldn't let me have it back. But I did learn my lesson because I promised not to eat things unless I ask first, and then I did it. See, look at me, I'm proud. But apparently the pill was going to eat me. I found out not player me, the actual person discovered that was in fact a lie. However, hero of me still thinks that Mom can't lie to me because mommies don't lie. Anyway, and then we went into the room with the green circle, and it was a green circle and nothing else, and it was a green circle, and then we finally left the room.
Oh, there was totally something else there, but you never looked for it.
Don't!
You didn't like the cold.
My favorite part about it, and it's only my favorite part about it because tragedy plus time equals comedy, is when I told you there is nothing else here. I've read the entire description of this room to you. You have discovered everything. All that exists here is pain and suffering. And then you hung around in the room and continued to talk about it for half an hour.
I just wanted to leave.
It's why after the fact I changed the name of that session to Safety Circle.
I hate you.
There you go.
Well, I am your DM. That opinion is valid.
We also had some undead techno droids or something come after us.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the
No,
cyberbot.
Something like that.
Yes, and if Hero doesn't have white arm on his character sheet, it should probably be added. White, not in the
I will
color,
add
but
that.
white as in the type of undead monstrosity.
As in the touchy-doo. The touchy-doo. Let me look up the exact wording I have made for it.
Yes, the thing that you said, that's how you're going to refer to it from now on. The thing about the spelling for the undead creature known as the white, the cipher white, in this particular campaign,
The cyber white.
is oftentimes if a word is differentiated by the spelling but not the pronunciation, you can pronounce it funnily to emphasize the difference in the lettering. But if you do that with white, you end up being maybe a little bit racist.
Oh, you're right.
So you just have to say it's a different spelling. It's not the color.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on because there are no cipher whites in the room that you went in last. It was a room covered in green filaments, and you all walked into the room. You all made a Constitution saving throw, so that means nothing happens in this room.
Nothing bad.
Is there anything else in the room?
It's the walls and floor and ceiling are covered in these green filaments, and nothing moves. And it
Okay,
feels
actually, I'm going to
off-putting.
ask a really stupid question because there's a lot of barometric changes, so my brain's a little slow. What's a filament right now? I know what one is, but my brain is not remembering.
Think of them as strings.
Okay, thank you.
But lots of them. Filaments are very thin strings that would be like spun off of something, so like fiberglass.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Or cotton candy. And now that I've said that, I'm afraid that Hero is going to attempt to eat
We're gonna
the
have a cotton
filaments.
candy machine. Okay, what color green are they? Are they like puke green or like pretty green?
It varies.
Can I poke them?
You most certainly can.
I'm going to
Nothing
bat at
happens.
them.
Nothing
Awesome!
happens.
I'm going to keep playing with them.
Okay, nothing happens.
What else is there? Are there doorways on other parts of this room?
Just the way you came in.
Okay, so otherwise this room is much like the green circle room. We have green filaments instead.
Except that you don't have something that you can die by going through because you want to see what's on the other
True.
side.
Right, but there's nothing on the other side of this room for us to go see.
That's correct.
The DM laments that all of you made your save.
What?
I don't think that stops the player, Eric. So, yeah.
It would have been really fun if you had failed your save, but
we did it! Yay!
Again, I ask, fun for whom?
Yes.
Are we gonna go?
So-
Are we gonna go to the next room?
We have to turn back and find the next room.
Okay, wait. I'd like to do a perception check to see if the walls are alive again. I raised my hand. I don't know why.
And that's going to be an out of context quote.
I got a 23. Tell me how far away that the Thomas the Tank Engine is.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, is it like the Thomas the Tank Engine playing in a distant room, or is it like Thomas the Tank Engine at a rave?
So, you know that one YouTube video that someone made in SourceForge Movie Maker? Where it's a very large person with a Thomas the Tank for a head that just runs after two people and beats them mercilessly. Imagine that as a train.
I mean, I know how the train would act if I was there, but like, does that mean it's close?
You don't hear it at all.
Okay, cool. So I say the hills are not alive.
And there's that GIF again. It's fair, but never mind.
I've lost our mental map.
So there is one incredibly long hallway that is basically a subway tunnel.
Right.
And you've been going
walk up and down
steadily south and occasionally stopping off at the rooms you pass.
Gotcha. Okay. So this room had we passed the green circle room was the first one. We've come to we're at the green filament room. There's nothing here other than green filament. So we basically have to return back to the main train track tunnel, continue south, and see what else we find. Is that where we're at?
Yes,
okay.
there was more than one green circle room.
Yeah,
Both were bad.
That was the second one.
Yes.
Yeah.
The green filament room would have been very exciting if one of you had failed your save. But I just have to hope for the next room. The next room is also filled with green filament. No, not true. It does not have green filaments. It does not have a green
filament.
circle. It is not, whether or not you believe it, it is not a room that was supposed to have a green circle, but the DM crossed that out with permanent marker and wrote something else in its place.
No more green circles. Thank God. Okay.
No, this
whatever.
one's a blue
We'll go
circle.
to whatever the next room. Cats can't tell the difference. So
As long as the train isn't coming up and down the main tunnel, I think we're okay.
yeah, let's go to the next room that we have not been in.
South.
Okay.
The next
Which
room
you have
south.
to go down. You have to go south for a ways, but then there's another entrance that you can go through, and it leads to a room that I will read the description for you now. Okay, so
It reads
this room,
to you.
It reads to you. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a read along.
Reading room now.
There's a butterfly in the sky. You cannot fly twice as high because none of you are enough level to have a flight.
And we're
Yeah.
underground.
Also, you're underground. One of you would be able to climb the walls, but still. I wasn't talking about Hero.
Yeah, you were.
I can.
Yeah, someone's got a cipher that lets them climb walls.
Also, I'm a cat.
Yes, but the walls are not such that you can climb them. Moving forward, this 120-foot long hall fronts 4 glass-sided chambers, each sealed with a crystal panel. At least 24 stone sarcophagi are stacked haphazardly along the north wall of the hall. 3 of the 5 chambers contain humanoid figures slumped or sleeping. Each figure seems to have some kind of device attached to them. A complicated mass of other strange devices and machines also fills each room.
Okay, do those machines look like they have electrical currents in them?
I'm not sure Hero would know what that is.
But like, do they look electrically like the arch from the other room?
They do not look like the arch, but
Do they
there's
look
a
like
lot
they
of.
would zap me?
There are. You can't tell.
I
Are there
poked
a lot
them.
of flashing lights and
There's a glass wall between you and them.
I bat at the wall.
Congratulations, you have batted at the wall. You have left fingerprints on the otherwise clean surface.
The beans
Can I-
are wanted.
Can I do a perception check on the humanoid figures?
Sure. At advantage, you got true sight.
11.
Well, they look human. Actually,
Yeah.
no, they don't. I'm wrong.
Oh,
They don't look human. They look like bird people.
are they kenku?
They might be kenku.
They're kenku.
So I step back and I tell everybody else they look like bird people.
With
I
stuff
want
stuck
them.
to them.
I want them.
Like the same little orbs that the goblins had and
Can I
No.
eat
friend
their
had.
No, like it's metal and stuff. Like
Ooh.
somebody
Hmm.
stuck these things to them.
That looks
I want to
unpleasant.
bet at the bird feathers.
All right. All these rooms, there are 5 rooms, all each sealed off with a glass wall.
Yes, 3 of them have kenku in them. The other 2 are empty.
The other 2 are empty. Okay. And there's
I
also
wanna-
a sarcophagi in here somewhere. In
There's
one
a
of
whole
the other
bunch of them.
rooms.
Can I break
Well,
Are
the
they
glass?
just
in
in the
the sw-
hallway?
Yeah, so imagine, if you will, a prison hallway where you've got the long walkway and there's a whole bunch of
Yep.
cells.
Okay.
At the end of that long hallway, there's a bunch of stone sarcophagi, which look really out of place because everything else here is shiny and not made of stone. But the sarcophagi are made of stone, and they're just sort of thrown into a corner. Like, some of them look like they were literally thrown into the corner with the angle that they're resting.
Gotcha. So
Can I-
a hasty toss and retreat.
Or they just didn't care enough to put them
Care.
down gently.
Yeah.
Can I break the glass?
I mean, you can attempt it.
Okay.
What about trying to open these glass panels instead of just breaking them down?
I mean, yeah, I just want to get in there.
Well, let's see if there's a way to open them. It
Fine.
might be a lever or perhaps even a lever.
Just be careful. If you pull the wrong lever, you end up in the crocodile pit.
The crocodile. Yep. That's bad.
Yeah. Can I do it?
Well, we have to find it.
Fine. Can I look for a way to open the window door, whatever's?
I
So
mean,
I
yes, you can look for one.
Maybe it's further down at the end of the hallway.
I got an 18. Can I open the window?
Well,
So there is, as described, there is some machinery that's all over the place. There are panels on the outside of each of these 5 cells that have buttons and levers on them.
there we go.
I press them.
How about an
The lights
investigation?
turn red.
What do they do?
The lights turned red when you pressed a button. Congratulations.
Anything
you turned
else?
the lights red.
Can
Well-
cats see the color red?
Well,
I'm Googling it.
I like
Nope.
how we stopped at one button.
well, I'm not good at these sort of things.
I thought I pressed all the buttons. Like,
Okay. Roll me a d20. Just a random d20 and tell me the number.
okay. Okay. I got a nat 20.
All 5 of the cells open up, and confetti rains from the ceiling.
Bad at the confetti. I'm bad at the confetti.
It appears to be 50% glitter.
No!
I'm never getting that out of my fur.
Yeah, exactly.
Good thing you're a tiefling. You can cleanse it with
Well,
fire.
my hair.
Cleanse it with fire.
Yes, I can.
Oh,
You'll take half damage, and it'll be worth it.
I don't
I
know.
still
I
won't
think
get
you'll
rid of the
still have glitter.
Exactly my point.
But my fur! My fur!
Glitter is the kind of thing that prestidigitation should be able to clean any surface, but if you use prestidigitation on glitter, you're just going to spread the glitter to more surfaces.
Yes.
And as somebody once said, that's bad.
Went bad.
But congratulations, you have opened all the cells.
Yay!
So shall we? They're all. Are they asleep or dead? I mean, they looked asleep from the other side of the glass panels. We
I wanna
probably need to
post
find
one.
out if they're really asleep or just comatose or worse.
Can I use Mage Hand to poke one of them?
Why use
Okay.
Mage Hand when you have a testy too?
Because most
Because
people are freaked
I'm a
out a
wizard?
bit more. Most people, well, to be fair, the choices here are freak them out by poking them with an invisible magic hand, or freak them out by poking them with the arm ripped off of an undead creature after it was slain.
Held by a 7-foot cat child.
Held by a 7-foot cat child, yes.
Am I going to have to precast Sanctuary just to make sure everybody's good?
Maybe calm
Probably.
emotions.
Okay.
Calm emotions. Yeah, have that ready, right?
That just needs to be permanently memorized.
If they're Kenku, then they should be used to this. They know Paige.
Paige was gone long enough that a whole generation grew up without Paige.
Yeah, but not like she's told as the boogeyman.
I mean, that's kind of valid. In any case, Paige is not here. And in two different cells, one of you pokes a kenku with mage hand, and the other one uses an arm.
Tessie too.
The imagery is great for this game, and I will not disagree with that statement that came from my mouth. But the person behind the DM continues to have concerns, as does the kenku that you have woken up. Both of them, upon being woken, sort of scooch their way to the back corner of the room away from you. And I'm talking to both
Hero.
both Nyx and Hero.
Hi, I'm Hero.
The one you're talking to just trembles. They are mostly looking at the arm you're holding.
Just to poke things for in case they hurt me.
They attempt to get smaller than they already are.
Are you going to hurt me? If not, I'll put it down.
Hero,
They shake their head vigorously.
I put the
Hero?
arm down.
I think you should back up a little bit just to give them some space.
What space?
Exactly.
The final frontier.
Yeah.
I like your feathers.
They just look at you.
I have fur, not feathers, but feathers are cool. Hi.
Feathers are cool.
Feathers are cool. Yeah, I love feathers.
I love feathers.
Dad, it's talking to me.
It's just mimicking you.
Agrees with me.
No, it's just mimicking.
I love that Eric is actively playing another video game in the background.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Sorry, if you've had the week that I have, I'm trying to distract my brain as much as possible.
I'm not speaking negatively towards it so long as nothing copyrighted gets ended up in the recording. Meanwhile, Nyx, the one that you woke up with Mage Hand, is also huddled into the corner, but because you're not speaking to them, they're sort of just like they're staring at you. Now, the one that you woke up only has one eye visible. There's something that's covering up, some device made of metal and wires and maybe some ceramics is covering one half of their head.
Okay.
Hero, the one that you woke up, their head is not covered, but they have something wrapped around their shoulder.
Okay.
These do not look like normal kenku.
No, they don't.
What you wearing? Is that an outfit? Is that metal? Is it comfortable? Did you choose it or did you not choose it?
Not choose it.
Do you like it or not like it?
Not like it.
Can we take it off or is it stuck?
Stuck.
Oh, hey, Dad, can we get rid of the thing? It's stuck on.
I don't know how to.
Can we try?
I'd like to go to the kenku if they'll let me, very patiently, and take a look at their what's around their head and body.
Mine has the shoulders.
Do I need to roll?
Oh, one shoulder. I will require an investigation check, yes.
Okay, I am horrible at these.
I also did one and I got a 16.
I got a 17.
It looks like with a 16 and 17, those are both good enough for this because you've been encountering this nonsense for the entire time you've been in this lower portion of this particular dungeon crawl. Someone was trying to incorporate ciphers into these kenku.
Okay, I have a question. Is this a disease?
This is an aftermarket edition. This wasn't grown on them. Someone physically installed
disease
this.
medicine will cure that.
This is not the X-Men Legacy virus. This is...
Sorry, I need to ask. I have disease curing medicine and I need to know.
So if someone puts a sticker on your forehead, seeing a doctor is not going to cure you of sticker forehead.
But it could.
It could not. A doctor might peel the sticker off your forehead. That's not the same thing as curing you of sticker forehead. They don't give you an antibiotic for that.
I'm having a vision of cyborg kenku, and this is not a good vision.
Cyborg kenku in space.
So
that's going to be the Tuesday game.
We have these cipher things that we have found in other places, and somebody forcibly put them inside these kenku.
Yes.
That's bad.
Do you want
now,
help?
How do we get them out or
Help?
off or removed?
Is there any notion that when I'm looking at my investigation that we can get these off?
It would require some kind of surgery at the very least.
Oof.
Yeah, that's not something we can do.
It's not just stuck to the surface. And actually,
Like
the
under
area
the skin.
around where the devices are attached, it looks like the feathers were pulled out to allow easier access to the skin underneath.
Okay, this was deliberate and downright mean.
Who do we know since we've been here that gives us that has done this or used this specific technology? Let's kind of go back a little bit and backtrack.
It's probably the creepy people who are playing hide and seek with me.
Say again, over?
What?
Say that again? The creepy
You know,
people playing hide and seek with you?
Yeah, because I took the pretty dagger thrower, and then now they follow me everywhere.
Oh, them. Yes, okay, them. I thought it was something new.
Oh no, same old thing.
We pity those fools.
Yeah.
Do you know who did this to you? Yes or no?
Who did this to you? Yes.
Do you want help or to stop them? Yes or no?
Stop them? Stop them? Stop them?
Yeah.
Stop them?
Like, I think they want to help stop them.
Help?
I can't
It just sounds like a general mimic. It doesn't sound like a response.
Exactly.
Response.
Do you want to help us go deeper, or do you want to escape?
Escape.
Okay.
We probably should lead them back
To
to
the
where
door.
we came in here. Yeah.
All right.
At least
Lead them back out.
I can let those goblins know
Yeah.
that we're going to
Actually,
send
that's a
some
good idea.
kenkus.
We can send them back to that door and let them let the kenku out.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God we aren't going to have Kenku in our party again.
Not if
Okay.
I can help it.
So
You step out into the hallway to see 20 more kenku there waiting for you.
No! Not again!
oh,
That's nightmare fuel.
How many kenku are here? There were 5
3.
cells?
There were 3 cells that had kenku in them. There
And
were
2 were
5 cells
empty.
total.
All right. And right, you said 2 were empty. Okay. So for some reason, since kenku can be singular and plural, I had this vision of each of the 3 cells having several kenku in it.
Well, yeah, I
Like,
told you
wait
there's
a
20
minute.
kenku. And
No.
they are all going to follow Hero around.
No. So I turn again to my Kenku, who I'm being actually surprisingly very kind to them. Can you wake up friend in other cell, so not scared, and then we go to place where good, nice people are? Yes or no?
They try to edge past you.
Do you want to bring other Kenku so all 3 go to place?
3?
Yeah, you and that one and that one. I point.
3? Okay, so all 3 of them are up. All 3 of them are now together. They're sort of huddled together in a group. 3?
Let's go back. Actually, wait. Once again, I'm gonna perception check to make sure we aren't going to get hit by a train.
Yeah, good idea.
Ooh. I'm gonna use my inspiration. Okay, we're going with the first roll. So, how's a 14?
So, good news and bad news.
Mm-hmm.
The good news is a 14 is actually high enough in this particular situation. The bad news is you might want to wait a teeny little bit longer before you head north.
Okay. Dad, the walls are alive again. We should wait until they go back to sleep.
Fair
understand.
all right, while we're waiting, can I talk to the goblins?
You are unfortunately out of range.
Oh
Once
no,
we
we're
get a
going
little-
to the first green room with the circle.
We can just go. Once we get a little closer to the end of the hall where the doorway is, I think we'll be fine. We just need to wait a little bit until the train passes, and then we'll make our journey back. In the meantime, is there anything else we can search down here besides that machinery?
There's sarcophaguses. In the corner.
Cyber
Yeah.
We don't really want to play with those because we generally know what sometimes is in one of those. This hallway with the crystal doorways, does it run parallel to the train?
Yes.
Okay.
And
So
it's a
it
shame
goes
you're not
north
checking the
and south.
sarcophagi because one of them was going to have shortbread cookies in it.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yeah, it was going to be filled to the brim
Love them.
with shortbread cookies. Unfortunately, if you go to open it, you're going to find that it only has sewing supplies.
I'm just wanting to make sure there's nothing else in this section we're missing. We have machinery, we have cells, and we have. Well, wait, did we have machinery?
We
Oh
did
yeah,
have
there's
the
machinery all
yeah.
over the place.
Okay.
But I got a nat 20 on an investigation check on the machinery for anything fun and shiny.
Oh, there's probably
good
ciphers
idea.
inside if you break them open.
Is there anything that looks particularly fun and shiny?
All the machinery looks fun and shiny. Whichever one you want
Okay.
to be your personal pinata, you may make it be your personal pinata.
I choose a clout pinata and I go to town.
You have severely startled the kenku, I will tell you that.
Although I gather they're rather skittish folk anyway.
Well, not always, but this group of 3 has been through a lot.
I stab them with my magic knives that make Dad confused. Not the birds, the machinery. I feel like I need to clarify.
Thank you for that
Be specific.
clarification. The clarification is very important.
I realized the pronouns were going a little funky.
Yeah. You could definitely argue that.
So I stabbed the machinery that looks shiny to get the stuff out.
Okay, roll a d20.
And Mom can't stop me. Okay,
You're not the boss of me now.
I got an 18.
And you're not so big because
Well, yeah,
the mom is a
she's
gnome.
a gnome, and I am a 7-foot-tall cat. Anyway,
What was it?
I got an 18.
You got to. I heard the teen.
1-8. 1-8.
Okay. Oh well, then you're not finding that one. That's for sure.
No, don't tease me with that. That was horribly gleeful. That was horrible.
Okay, so you have found a disc. It is a shiny disc.
Yeah?
Imagine, if you will, a CD. It's
Uh-huh.
shiny on both sides.
Is it
There's no
AOL
label.
Online 1000 hours?
You don't know. It could probably make a good coaster
Mhm.
or a frisbee.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it would be a very good weapon. It doesn't have any sharp sides.
That's not important, but yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it's a small disc made of some kind of metal.
I 100% pocket it.
Okay.
Did the train go by yet, or do we still have time?
It's the rumbling's getting louder. No one in here, unless they roll on nat 1, would fail to notice that it's approaching.
Hey,
Okay, Matt,
I could
don't
do
roll.
that.
I was like, Matt, don't roll. We don't need you to get lost again. Do I have enough time to investigate it, or should I wait until we drop off the kenkus?
I mean, you could examine it, sure, if you wanted to.
Yes, please.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I am torn between investigating the sarcophagi and leaving them alone because every time we run into them, there's been a cyberwhite in there.
Can I got a 19, and I'm really happy that Cyberwhite has decided to catch on. Even
So
your
there have
enemies catch
There have
on.
been rooms with sarcophagi that you didn't have cipher whites come out of them. You just
Okay.
didn't remember that so much because you didn't have cipher whites come out of them.
Yeah.
And therefore they were just background radiation. Okay, so
Yeah.
as you're examining this disc, you're like, I'm assuming that as a tabaxi, and as this particular tabaxi, who is based off of a particular cat and being played by a particular human, it mostly involves putting it on the ground and then hitting it with your paw and then chasing after it.
Also flipping it in my hands a few times and like throwing it a little and then catching it and then throwing it and catching it. Yeah.
Okay. There's one point where you headbutt it, because of course you do.
Yeah, it's mine.
It sticks.
What is
Remember
it?
what I
Please
said
tell me.
earlier? Before you rolled the 18 to determine what this thing was, and I said, if you get a sticker put on your forehead, you don't see a doctor to get your sticker forehead. Congratulations, you have disc forehead.
What does this do? Please tell me what it does.
Right now, it's stuck to your forehead.
But what does it do?
You'll find out the hard way.
No. We're relishing this at this moment.
Do I have like a lighthouse like beacon on my forehead or something?
So the GIF that you shared of the person with 2 CDs stuck to their face.
Yeah.
Imagine that, but it's right in the middle of your forehead, and you can just barely see around the sides.
I'm a Cyclops CD.
This is glorious.
Awesome.
Oh
man.
my gosh. Like, so how is this a cipher? Like, what about this is ciphery? I have a sticker on my forehead. I somehow got America Online stuck on my head.
There's another out of context quote.
The DM is so here for this content, and I am savoring this moment. But also, I am abiding by the description of this cipher. Right now, the only thing you're noticing is that it is stuck to your head.
Does it like am I gonna have it for 1,000 hours? That's the free
You'll
trial.
have to find the user manual.
They don't send those. They just send the sleeve and then you throw it as a frisbee. Like,
And
what else
besides-
am I supposed to do?
And besides, everyone knows it's not really 1,000 hours. They don't care about that. It's for 30 days.
Exactly.
It's 1,000 hours and 30 days, but you'll never get the 1,000 hours done in the 30 days. So it's just 30 days.
Exactly. So, may I ask on behalf of the rest of the party, what do they see?
They see that you have stuck a shiny disc to your forehead, and
Oh,
they can
so we
barely
have a-
see your eyes around the disc.
I am doing the cross-eyed cat blep thing.
I want to do a perception check on it.
Go right ahead. I love this.
Have we determined if ciphers are magical in any way, shape, or form?
I
They
got
are
16.
sufficiently. Is that an
Magical.
advantage? You have true sight.
Yeah, it's a sufficiently advanced technology, so in all
Yeah.
effects and purposes, it is magical to us.
It is the effects might as well be considered magical, but they are
They made me grow
technological.
arms.
Right.
So the 16 was the highest of the 2 rolls.
Yes.
Okay. So how close are you getting to Hero to perceive what is happening?
Oh no.
Because that will determine what my answer is.
Oh no.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Are you admiring the chaos from afar, or are you getting in close
Oh
to
no,
see what the
I'm
chaos
coming
is?
closer to
Say within
really
5
take
feet.
in this like CD stuck to her face, where
Okay.
she can't see around.
My help needs me to help.
sorry.
Hey. So in this
Hey.
particular case, it appears that the disc, like your first thought when you take a look at it, is that like many CDs that we have, like your character has no idea what a CD is, but still, like many CDs, it can develop a static charge, and therefore it can attract all kinds of bits of whatever to it,
No.
including
Oh,
cat hair. Of
no.
course, cat hair. But no, that's not cat hair. There appear to be very thin filaments that are sticking out of the disc and going into Hero's forehead. That's why it's stuck.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh no.
Is that going to hurt? Does it hurt?
Hero doesn't feel any pain right now.
Am I being
No.
possessed by AOL?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Hero
I
opens
guess
their
I'm
mouth.
an
Load of
AM.
noise come out.
Oh, it's horrible.
I am now the AIM chatbot.
Suddenly Hero says, "You've got mail."
You know, my mom had her AOL login to be Mojo Jojo, so whenever I think of AOL, I actually think of mail is what you have.
I have a coworker who still uses AOL.
My grandparents still use AOL.
With that said, after about 5 minutes of panic, it falls off your forehead.
Do I now have the ability to speak in binary?
110101110100001. No, you don't.
Oh, I can't talk to the cyber whites? Dang it.
I mean, give me a perception
You
check.
never turned on the robot.
What robot? Oh, Craig? Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot to use Craig. I'm recording in OBS, and that'll be sufficient.
Okay, cool. Sorry, you said a perception check? I was thinking of
Yes.
binary and then thought about Craig.
Now recording.
I got a 15.
So there were symbols on the machinery.
Hmm I can read them.
One of them says on. Another one says off. One of them says, "Do not break apart to pull the goodies out from inside." You didn't follow those directions at all.
Well, in my defense, I am child.
One of the buttons says release confetti. One of the buttons says release glitter. There is a warning label underneath that says, whatever you do, do not release both at the same time.
So, in other words, this thing taught me how to
You failed
read.
step 1.
I learned how to read, y'all. See, you can learn through osmosis.
Also, there is a clipboard on the wall, and you can see what that says, too.
Oh no, Clippy! Why is Clippy able to talk to me?
Not a clippy, a clipboard.
Oh, I thought we were going to have no clipping.
Yeah, I thought Clippy was going to be
No
like, can
clip. Well,
that?
there is a button that said no clip, but that is not one of the ones that Hero pressed.
Okay. That's probably good.
So yeah,
You'd be going through walls.
no clip. I'll go through the train. See if it stops me now.
You still take lethal damage, but no one can get to the corpse.
Anyway, I read the clipboard.
The clipboard is detailing a timeline for creating cipher whites.
Oh, the Kenku are going to become cipher whites. I'm so glad we got to them. I pick it up and hand it to Father. It says, look, it says things. It talks about the testy two monsters. It talks about how they make them.
Oh, well, we don't want to make any more.
But can they read it?
Who's they?
No.
Sorry.
It is
I'll look
a
at it like,
language
I don't-
that is not on anyone's character sheet.
I had a
true.
feeling.
And Crash, is there any other information, or is it just like on Tuesday we made 3?
First, I'm going to say that the DM and the player behind the DM is so thrilled that he gets to finally provide some frickin' exposition. Because without you rolling an 18, it wouldn't have happened.
Especially not.
Hold on. We're messing up our campaign. We need to go back to going crazy.
We gotta go back to the circle on the floor.
Exactly.
The green circle.
You step
What
out
about
into the hallway
now?
where the train should be. You find that it's been replaced by another room with a green circle in the middle of the floor.
The green circle's the big
This is
bad.
your
It's
life now.
following us the whole time. Anyway,
As you scream into the heavens, the camera zooms up, and the map of the area is just a grid of rooms with green circles
God.
going off
I hate
into infinity,
This is
like
the
a
worst
really
reality.
bad CGI from the 90s.
This is the worst reality.
But to answer your actual question that you asked about it, it doesn't give a ton of details. It's basically going over a timeline. It includes, it's 2 columns. One column includes cipher white creation in the sarcophagi, which seems to happen without a lot of action, where the sarcophagi are brought from another location. It just says necropolis. And if they're left sitting around after
Oh, good.
up to 12 days, then whatever's inside comes to life as a cipher white, even if it is so old it has turned to dust. The dust reforms into a corpse. The timeline
That's
for live captures, which is how they are referred to, is much shorter.
Sounds
We're
a lot
talking
like a recipe.
3 to 4 days.
This is a recipe essentially for making cipher whites.
Yeah, so yeah, I turn to them and I go, the sticky thingy helps me read, and it says here that the boxes with the bodies in them, those boxes are from a place called Necropolis, and
Necropolis?
yeah, that, and it says that after 12 days they turn into the monsters, but then if they're out of it they go dead again, and it says here that if they aren't in there, then it does then they turn into monsters faster.
I appreciate the hero filter that made some of that information incorrect.
Make sure it was in character.
Nothing wrong with it. I'm not complaining. I
So-
appreciate it. I mean that sincerely. No
As a
sarcasm.
player, And as a player, I do actually want to know, though, does it say anything? What more information is there about the process of the out-of-box transformations?
The timeline for the live captures
Yes.
begins with implantation. It does not go into details.
Ooh.
Okay, so I because that was going to be added, and then I realized I didn't have an answer. I was like, so they if they aren't in the boxes, then they put the stuff in them, like the bzz things, like I think like the kenku, or maybe even like the goblins, or like short aunt over there, Munchkin, and they and then it doesn't say what happens next, but it says it makes them turn faster.
Thank you for taking my advice and trying to workshop a different nickname for Nyx.
I've been trying. I have to find one that just feels right.
Munchkin?
Have you tried Nyx?
No, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable.
Nyx.
Nyx could work. I mean, it's a single syllable. It's quick to say. Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, but I can't have you be the only one I call by name. That's not fair.
It's okay to have a favorite aunt.
Okay.
Ooh,
Auntie Ed.
So I'm trying to make sure I grasp what's going on here.
Wait. Here, you're saying I'm the same as the kenkus? That this is...
I think so. It says implant is step 1.
So
I'm going to turn into one of those things?
Umeli.
We got
Melly.
Umeli.
Who's that? Wait, is that the person we met before? Like 4 sessions ago?
Is that Nightlight?
If you're talking about the gnome you met, that was Bindle Nightlight. Well, now you got me saying it. How dare you? Bindle Brightlight. Bindle Brightlight.
Bindle Brightlight. Okay. He was the gnome in charge.
She was a gnome.
He was the gnome in the city.
That was at the fair.
Yeah.
Who didn't like that they were distributing ciphers because bad things were happening and people got too many of them.
But maybe if we take this to to Nightlight, who is smart and sciency, they can help us read the notes better.
Brightlight?
That's not a bad idea.
Nightlight.
Brightlight.
Nightlight.
Brightlight.
Who's Melly?
9 hands.
9 men's Morris.
Melly 9 hands?
Umeli of the 9 hands.
Is that who did this to you?
All 3 of them nod.
Okay. We have a name.
I think think we should find them and take away their extra hands.
By the way,
that would be
Kenku
nice.
is shivering.
They don't like her name, or his name, or its name.
Do you not like them? Yes or no?
I think they did this to them.
Did this?
Do you want us to stop them?
Stop.
Okay, I think we should help. We'll help.
Us.
Stop you?
Stop at their skin that you can see where the feathers were plucked.
Don't do this to me.
It's changing colors.
Ew.
Don't do this to me.
No.
Okay, I have a question. Does my disease medicine help with this now?
You don't know.
Oh, come on. I think that turning into a monster counts as a disease.
You don't magically know everything that will work on. There are certain things that you should know are not diseases, like death is not a disease, and I will continue to enforce that policy.
That is a disease.
But this is something that I think is safe to say none of the party have encountered before. So you do not know.
My hair goes up on edge.
Stop us.
Oh no. Kiro is very uncomfortable. Can I jump on one of them and sit on them with all of my 7-foot tall?
Hold on a minute. I have one thing that may work.
Oh yeah, you're a cleric.
No, I'm not.
Oh wait, you're the other one. Sorry.
I'm the other one. But I have a particular holy relic that can do a particular feature once per day.
He has a particular set of skills.
Other dad.
This one particular item might. I have an item that may or may not do any good, or it can't hurt, and I'm willing to give it a try.
What
Well,
be it?
it might hurt. I don't know. And I'll pull out the necklace that I have, and I'll show the gems and beads and whatnot. That it looks more like almost a rosary. And one of these items, I was just looking through my equipment list. I'm like, wait a minute, I have this thing, and I forgot that one of the beads does a special thing. This bead can remove certain magical curses, powerful magical curses, and it may work to remove the cipher on the kenku, or at least one of them.
Anything is better than nothing. We need to try something.
Stop.
I agree.
Put them down because I am 6 feet tall.
I lost what was happening.
They're still saying stop us, but they're starting to walk towards you.
And Hero says
Okay.
that I say that Hero pins them down with all 7 feet of his might.
Give me a grapple check.
I mean, I might as well use my 7 feet for something.
You have
What
7
is?
feet?
How do I do a grapple check?
You've heard of a melee of the 9 hands. Now get ready for a
Right.
hero of the 7 feet.
Oh, 7 feet. Yes.
No,
What do I
only
roll?
it's technically 4 feet, but it's just a lot of the 4 feet.
What do I?
very big
What do I
pause.
roll for grapple?
Strength, athletics, or you could also go with acrobatics. But I think for you, either
Acrobatics.
okay.
I have a +5 versus a +4. Oof! I got a 14.
1 second while the DM tries to go to one of the character sheets he has open. I recently hooked up a third monitor, so now I have 3 monitors to search for tabs.
Good luck.
Even more confusion.
Okay, you have successfully pinned one of them.
That's good enough for me.
You know
I
what?
will
At
go-
least I did something.
Yeah, I will go to the one that Hero has pinned.
You go to reach for another one, and they've stepped out of reach of their paw, so you just sort of like at them
And my
ineffectually.
tail tries, and it just get flicked.
That's fine. I'll go ahead and pin one.
I'm going to go to the one Hero has pinned. I want to, on my character sheet, I'm going to try to invoke the Necklace of Prayer beads bead that does greater restoration.
Okay.
I want to see if this will remove whatever this cipher is that's inside the kenku.
The
Hoping
mechanical
it might.
portions that are attached to the kenku fall off.
Okay,
Nice.
that worked.
There's a bare
Yeah.
spot where the feathers should be, and the
Well,
skin
I can't
looks
fix that.
The skin looks raw and rough, and like it looks bad, but it looks better than zombie kenku.
Zombie kenku would be bad. I can only do that once a day.
But hey, we got one of them.
We got one of them, yes. I can do this again tomorrow. I don't know that we should stay here, however.
Yeah, if we can have them wait that long.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think
The next roll I'm going to have any of you make, if you want to stay around to talk about this, is going to be initiative.
Yeah.
I rolled a 17 medicine check.
I don't think a medicine check's going to do it, hon.
I tried though.
You did.
Just wanted to put it out there for the DM.
Uh,
I will feel
But it's
better.
good to know that it
You could
works.
attempt-
It's good to know that it works.
You could attempt your cure disease cipher. You don't know what it will do.
You know what?
That is true.
I try it.
Okay. Now, the one that you pinned has had greater
I've
restoration
already
cast on them.
removed.
Yeah,
There's
so
two others.
I will.
Go one of go
Well,
for one of the others.
I was trying to pin one down too.
What did
Yeah,
you roll?
Dad said they pinned one.
22.
Slightly
Yeah, they're
pinned.
probably not going to beat that.
They're kenku.
I mean, I got a 14, which means
I think
they
it's
struggle
close.
ineffectually. The best they can do is they kind of like you've pinned them to the ground. They kind of try to drag themselves, and you move a few inches. But a dwarf in armor is not a very light weight, and birds are known for not having a very robust frame.
That's okay. I'm just hunting.
Well, let's see if it works, because I can cure disease through another means, and if your cipher will cure it, we can try my abilities.
So yeah, I pour it down the kenku's throat.
Okay. The metal pieces on them don't fall off, but they seem to calm down.
Whew.
The skin color is going back to normal.
Better.
Okay, that means we got one more.
Yeah, but I think we've only delayed the inevitable.
But at least we have time.
Yes.
So
I
we've
will
been
then-
playing for a little over an hour. What do you say we take a short break?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
Press the
No
button.
problem.
We are back. Absolutely no smiting has occurred that any of us are aware of. Probably. Maybe. There is, however, a GIF in chat that says you may resume crying now. No idea who posted that. So you
Question
have...
I have. Sorry. The question
You
I
go.
have is that did Hero tell us that her little potion cures diseases? Did the rest of us know that?
I think I
think it
yelled
was-
about it enough.
Okay.
There
I wanted to
may
be
have
certain.
been ongoing debate. Well, not debate, but discussion. And by discussion, I mean mostly from Hero asking what things were diseases.
Yeah, Dad, is death a disease? Is cancer a disease?
We've already went through this.
Is the
death a
hair
dis-
being burned off by a burning hand spell a disease?
Yeah, is hair loss a disease?
Look, just let's not worry about it. Here's your glowy ball.
So with my computer knowledge, I now have, though I stuffed the potion down the Kenku's throat, and it gets better, but doesn't lose the metal.
Correct.
Okay,
And there's a
so
third Kenku that is neither grappled nor cured.
I intend to at least do something similar to what Hero did, I hope. I will run, walk, whatever is necessary, over to the ungrappled Kenku.
The
And
Ministry of
attempt-
Silly walks over.
I will attempt to lay on hands using enough points to cure a disease from my lay on hands pool. It is 5 points to do so, so I will remove the 5 points. It is an action. I don't know if they can resist it because there's no saving throw.
I would have to house rule something for that. But in this particular case, their skin tone looks a bit healthier now. The skin that you can see next to the metal bits that are stuck on, but the metal does not fall off.
We're still going to have to get this metal off.
I agree, but how do we do that without using high-end curative magic? I did this once. We need to do it at least twice more for these other two Kenku.
Can I use a
goblins
dagger to
can't do
pry it
that.
off?
That would probably do more harm than good.
Are we going to be okay to transport them out of here?
Well, how long do we have? We don't know how long the process takes. We don't know how long the cure disease will stop, halt, or
What
arrest the process.
Dad, bring to nightlight.
I don't see a problem with that, other than if this transformation continues quickly, they may change before we can get them to him or her. Her. We can certainly try. That's
We
all
have to-
all I'm saying. We can
We
try,
have to
but
try it.
yeah, if they transform before we can get them to her, I can cure disease twice more, but that's it.
Well, it's going to have to work.
Well,
Just-
I think the other one's going to be okay because the metal fell off. So I think he's cured or it's cured. I don't know if Kenku use gender.
Yes, they do.
Well,
Okay.
they do with the same ratio that any sapient race uses gender.
Dad,
Unless there's an obvious apparent difference between the two, I'm just going to call them they or it.
They're kind
I'm
of
not
like
going to go-
penguins.
I'm not going to bend over and check. Okay.
yeah. Dad,
They appreciate that.
I can do healing while we go back because I got cures.
Yes, but I invoked a very powerful cure through.
I know. I'm
through
saying if we fight something on the way back.
Oh well, we know what to skip. We just have to go. We just have to wait for the train to pass, go back to the goblin door, and then get past the goblin door. But here's the thing: is we don't know. There's more to explore down here. Do we wait?
I think we go
Or-
back. Go back. We help and then come back. It not far.
The train
I
is
agree.
receding at this point, by the way.
It's not
I'm
like
agreeing as well.
All
But
right, why don't we
let's
do that
go.
then? Why don't we pull up stakes for the moment? Get
What
the
do you
kenku
think?
over to Nightlight.
because
Maybe
the wall,
maybe
Nightlight.
the walls are dying.
the walls are dying.
Yeah, they're getting quiet.
Okay. Why don't we go back? Why don't we go? We have to pass the goblins. Are they going to let us pass through again?
I
My-
can ask them when we get closer.
Okay. Why don't we? Yeah.
Auntie N, you tell them.
Why don't we do that? Why don't we get back to the doorway with the goblins and go from there? At least let's see if we can get these kenku restored to normal.
All right.
Okay. So you
yeah.
go first.
No, I was gonna say, yeah.
Okay. So as you head back, I am not going to require a whole lot of RP for that. We'll sort of do a montage where there's one point where you do have to duck into a side passage as the train goes by again because you did a lot of walking. You find that you have actually gone into one of the side passages that has a room with a green circle. You are all very, very nervous about it. And sort of just stand there awkwardly waiting, like a bunch of people who are waiting for an elevator to get to their floor. That is the equivalent of how you're all waiting at that point.
Yeah.
And then the train goes by and you all exit very quickly. Because you're eager to get back. Clearly.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
why.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm on the soul train.
Wrong train. Wrong train. The Soul Train would be a much better train than what you have. You do not, in fact, have a Soul Train. You have much worse.
Is this episode gonna be called America Online?
I almost want it to be. The name I picked was Guinea Pigs.
Oh, fine.
That's not bad either.
It's not, but I really like America Online.
So after the green circle room waiting point, it's not much further from there where you are back within range mentally with the sleepwalker goblins. Well, granted, only one of you is within range. The rest of you have to use like voices like chumps. But Nyx, on the other hand, is online. After a bit of a modem squeal and some static, you have made a connection.
Hey,
The modem is on.
hey, oh, good, you're still alive. That's good to hear. Wonderful.
Yes.
Or not actually here, but we're all kind of new to the brain thing, but, whatever. How's it going?
Pretty weird. Pretty weird.
Yeah.
There are these
you
two
noticed how we have
rooms
something
with a
growing out of our
green
heads?
circle.
No!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ha-
Yeah.
Do you know how it got there?
We have decided that the rooms with the green circles are places to avoid forever and for all eternity on pain of death.
That is correct.
Yeah. We've come to that conclusion too. Is that where this came from? The green circle?
No.
I'm forgetting the name of the being that gave them. It begins with an S.
Safeguard. What?
Thank you. I was frantically going to my notes.
Safeguard.
No, that comes from Safeguard.
Oh,
Safeguard
yeah, you mentioned
helps us.
something about that. Okay. So, we found some kenku with metal things on them.
Yeah, you probably found some more cipher whites. I told you there was a bunch there.
Well, they're not. One of them had their metal things fall off, and one.
Oh, from like a really powerful blow? I mean, you've got a dwarf and you got a tiefling. They're pretty strong. And frankly,
yeah.
the tabaxi terrifies all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
But-
thought he was kind, but then we realized that he was letting us bleed out.
Well, I mean, they thought you were responsible for all this. They didn't know. But
Well,
you need to come back to the door, and we gotta come through again.
oh, you stopped everything?
No, we gotta do something first. Get more
Okay.
information about this.
I'm not entirely opposed to this. My main concern is stemming from the fact that instead of saying we need to do X, Y, and Z in order to further our path to our goal that we have agreed on with you, you're saying we need to come through and do something. And that vagueness, usually when we encounter that from non-goblins,
so
results in a large number of casualties.
They said they needed to talk to this person that they talked to before.
Who's they?
The people I'm with.
Oh, okay.
I woke up here. I don't know who this person is, but I can talk to you through this thing on my head.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
Yeah.
And the true sight for 120 feet. That's pretty sweet.
I can't reach the top of it. As I say, as I reach up as high as I can and touch as far as I can.
Hero gives you a high five.
You know, looking at the art for the goblins, it occurs to me,
you know, now that you point it out, I can't reach the top of mine either. You know,
there was an image, wasn't there?
I miss hats. I liked hats.
I miss being short. People could see this thing. Well,
I mean, I do
guess
have
a
a pair of platform
7-foot
shoes.
cat can see a lot. Platform shoes.
the only problem with that GIF that you posted, Cindy, is that they're fedoras.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
I am upset that fedoras have been ruined by the demographic that has decided to use them as their status symbol. Even though what they're really using is a trilby, but never mind.
Some heat on those words.
Yes, I argue it's justifiable. Moving forward, though.
So, if you're there talking to them, what information are they trying to get?
They're going to talk to this person about the kenku that has the metal on them to see if they know...
The cipher whites.
Yes, to see if they know what's making it happen.
Oh, we can tell you. Some wizard from the city came in, started messing with everything.
Gotta remove them.
But we might be able to take them off.
Well,
this person might know how to take them out. Well, I don't think it works like that.
I mean, you could ask Safeguard.
Where's Safeguard?
It's the cup on their chair.
Actually, it's an orb.
Whatever.
Yeah, it does. It speaks, I think.
But where would I have to go to do that?
I mean, the throne room. It's where Safeguard hangs out. It's why we hang out there.
Well, I'd still have to come through the door, right?
Yes, but now you're being a bit more specific with the details you wanted, and we're far less likely to think that you're trying to just stay us to open the door so you can kill us all. I mean, let's face it, you joined up with a ragtag band of adventurers, and we're goblins. It's
but you gave me food.
Wait, but
you gave me food,
and I have a thing on my head because of you guys.
Yeah, isn't it sweet?
So wait, how can we ask
I guess.
Safeguard?
I want a thing on my head.
How do I ask Safeguard?
You go up to...
Just talk?
It's kind of hard to explain. Safeguard doesn't use words so much. I mean, maybe it does, but we don't know them.
Oh, okay. All right,
but
well...
when we're stuck on something, we do ask Safeguard, and usually it helps us understand things.
With not words. Okay.
So how close are you to the door?
How close are we to the door?
I'm asking because I left the souffle in the oven, and I'd like to get back to it before it falls, and...
Well, go get your souffle, that's important. Be back in, 10 minutes.
Okay.
That sounds reasonable.
Alright, so
You had me come all the way down to the door, and you weren't even at it?
I love how there's a souffle in the story.
I like the fact that the goblins are souffle cooks.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You don't know the quality of the souffle. There is an attempt being made.
Hey, you're attempting.
They didn't have any eggs, so they used a substitute.
Oh, God.
Well,
not even the DM knows what that
they're
is.
Probably gonna.
Yeah, we don't want to know what that substitute is.
It looked like eggs.
Mm.
If you squinted.
They were round.
Isn't that good enough?
They're actually rocks.
I mean, probably.
It's dirt clods that just are really round.
Yeah.
No, it's ciphers.
Oh, gosh. It's worse.
But the recipe called for 3 eggs. They only put 2 ciphers in because they're not stupid.
All right.
No candy machine? Okay. Anyways, we get in.
Okay. Yes, you get in, and it's not too long a distance to walk to the main... It's the equivalent of a throne room, I guess. The only throne that's there happens to be the pedestal that safeguard is sort of hovering above.
So I'm betting, and this is me just guessing here, you need one of the things that Nyx has, or the goblins, in order to talk to Safeguard. Am I correct?
That's a very good question.
Can Hero just, like, do you use the cat spirit senses to, like, sense Safeguard?
I mean, you don't need cat spirit senses. It's right there. It's a shiny orb.
Yeah, but I mean,
actually
to see the unseen.
You don't have the ability to see the unseen.
But I'm a cat.
Yes, and looking at the orb, you're thinking you could probably smack it pretty hard, and then it will have moved, and that means you'd probably have to chase it.
Well,
I have this sword in my pocket called the Sword of Thundera. No? All right.
I have daggers.
You do have daggers.
I don't think we want to stab the spear.
I'm just saying.
That's an out-of-context quote.
Since we're listing what's in our inventories, I just thought I would add. I also got this ruby. I took it
So
from
why don't we...
somewhere.
We need to get these kenku past the goblin hive, horde. I don't know what the heck they call their home.
I mean, they do let the kenku in, but they are keeping their distance because two of them look like they've been altered to become cipher whites, even though they're currently not attacking you.
The healed one is with them too, I hope. I'm assuming.
Yes.
He didn't just run off.
No, they did not run off. Matter of fact, they don't look like they're in any shape to run. None of them do.
Okay.
They're kind of
So
groggy.
do we want to ask the orb about the process of cipher whites? Would it know anything about the cipher whites? Or do we want to take them straight to Nightlight and see what he can do or she can do about them? That's, I guess, where we're at.
Can their names be like Mo, Larry, and Curly? The kenku?
Moek, Larrick, and Kurlik.
It occurs to me that whatever names they give you are totally irrelevant.
I just want to know the theme I should go for, because I mean, like, Paige named everything after fast food restaurants. I just gotta figure out the theme.
Well, has any of you asked their names?
No, I was going...
I don't know the kenku use names.
They do. They're naming...
I was told about Paige once. Hero was told about Paige during the fair.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, there's quiet for a moment.
I got nothing to do until you tell me what you're doing.
I want to know...
I'm trying to think what we want to do. I'm torn between trying to investigate, talk to this orb and see what it knows, or just moving out and trying to get the kenku back to Nightlight. I can't remember, Bright Light, whatever the name was.
I'm waiting.
Unfortunately, I missed that session, so I don't. They're a wizard, or are they?
They are an artificer.
Artificer.
Yeah, and they told us.
This ought to be right up their alley.
Yeah, and they told us that they really don't like the ciphers, and they want to know how to get rid of them from this mine. So
we have instructions on how the ciphers turn people or creatures into cipher whites.
See,
right?
Hero is being smart for once. Okay, I am on it.
So maybe
unless you're given the opportunity to lick a zombie hand, but never mind about that.
Okay, we gotta balance
that's
things
just
out.
simply low wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah, Hero does not. Actually, Hero has higher wisdom than intelligence. But you know what? We're doing fine.
Xanthus is the other way around, but a 10 versus a 12 isn't all that great a difference.
Exactly. But I do make sure to turn to the goblins who are like, and I'm like, Kenku told us name of wizard in city who do this, and we'll find them.
Oh, you mean Amelie of the Nine Hands? Yeah.
Yeah. And we also found Artificer who doesn't like ciphers and will help.
And that's who we're trying. That's who we're trying to get to, is to get these Kenku to the Artificer, who can perhaps, using these instructions that Millie found.
I can read this now.
Hero found, to perhaps undo the damage that's been done.
I can read this.
Do any of you to the goblins? Do any of you possess powerful curative magic?
So you noticed how we're all goblins, right?
I did.
Yeah. What we mostly do is we have a lot of kids to make up for the fact that we are cannon fodder.
I know cure wounds.
Good for you.
I worked
Thanks
hard.
for rubbing it in.
Meaning the goblins can't even do that much.
We're works.
Okay.
That's how it works. I have to lay hands on you.
So
Boy.
one of the goblin children that was aforementioned, which looks just like the other goblins, including the thing sticking out of their head, but they're like half the size. So you've seen goats, you see miniature goats. Now imagine a miniature goat, but goblin.
Adorable.
Very adorable, because the only way to make a goblin be adorable is to make them be smaller. But they sort of like peek out around from some rubble, and they're looking at the kenku, and they're like, "My name's Sniffles. What's yours?" And one of the kenku just sort of looks at them and turns his head to the side, and then makes the sound of waves on sand. Ooh.
Beach.
That's rude.
What? That's what it is.
Sorry,
Come on.
sorry, I couldn't resist. That's nice. That sounds really good. What's better than Sniffles? What's your name? And the second kenku makes a sound of horse hooves on cobblestone.
Ooh, I like that one.
And
Their name's
and
Horse.
yours? And the third one makes the sound of a foghorn.
Mwah.
And the goblin child runs and hides.
Crashing waves, horseshoes on cobblestones, and a loud horn. So,
We have Foghorn Leghorn.
they crashed
Very
and-
specifically a foghorn.
We have Foghorn Leghorn. We have
I like
Foghorn
crash and
Leghorn.
plop. We got to come up and fog.
Yeah, we got Foghorn Leghorn. We have Brony, and we have
By the way, waves is the one that you cured.
Okay.
so Beach is the one.
Right. So I think I don't want to waste a lot of time with the goblins. They clearly can't help. I don't think Safeguard can do any healing. It's more of a knowledge repertoire or a knowledge base. I think we need to get back up to the surface and escort these other two kenku back to Nimble. I think I got it right finally.
Nope. I even wrote it in chat. This is glorious.
I know. And
Bindle Brightlight.
Bindle. I was getting there. I was getting close. I was getting closer. We need to get these creatures to Bindle, whatever. I'm bad with names.
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
Yeah.
And keep
The
in mind,
character's only got he's not that smart.
I'm a teacher who, for a significant portion of my career, taught in 4 different elementary schools. I had over 2,000 students that I saw 4 times a year with how many classes I had to attend. I'm lucky I can remember my own name. So, but whatever, it's Bindle Brightlight.
Bindle, Bradley.
Anyways, so
So I think we need to get them to Bindle. Let's not dawdle and waste the goblins' time.
That's
I
not,
had just wanted to let them know what we were actually going to do, because I knew that Auntie N didn't know all the details.
Right.
So, I was just being like, yeah, we're talking to this person. They know about machines. I was trying to actually, help.
Okay. Does that sound like a plan for everybody? We get back up. We get these goblins, or not the goblins, the kenku over to Bindle, and hopefully they can figure out some way to cure them.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Thimble Nightlight.
I think what we're doing is turned from a information gathering area to trying to save as many as we can.
I agree. We need to find out. Here's the other thing. Are there more people like the kenku down there?
Probably.
Yeah.
More.
More?
More?
More.
Can we?
Was.
But if we figure out how to help them, then maybe Nightlight can come with us to help the others. But we gotta first see with you.
That's not a bad idea.
Last.
You're the only survivors.
Survivors.
Still good.
Well, let's get you back fixed up and see what we can do about when we get back down there.
Vroom vroom.
I agree. Rescuing some is better than none.
Correct.
All right. Goblin leader, could one of your members escort us through your domain to quickly get us back to the surface?
Oh, you don't want to investigate the spike traps anymore?
No, we've done that enough, thank you.
I mean, you didn't find all of them.
We don't need to find it anymore.
You were really good at it, too.
Yeah.
I'm especially good at it. I do not care to repeat that experience.
Fine. After all the work we put in it. All right, I guess we can show you around the spike traps.
That would be excellent. Thank you, sir.
But if you come back and kill us all, I'm going to be very upset with you.
We have no intent to do so. At this point, we wish to investigate Umeli further to find out why they've done this to these innocent folk.
I keep think you're talking to me.
No, I'm talking to the goblin chief.
No, it's because the name is Umeli and it sounds too close to Millie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Every time I
Millie.
hear it, I pause. What?
Exactly.
God.
I was proving the point.
I'm going to leave this
you
game.
did effectively so.
Okay, so I think this is a good point to end tonight's session. We will bring the session back up next week, back in the town of Flotsam, where we find out what's
Jetsam.
taking place. Well, that's a different town.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to return through the big iron doorway where the train was. We have to. If this is something that can be cured, we need to at least get somebody started on it. That's Xanthus's plan.
And the goblins are very
Agreed.
much aware at this point that they aren't in a position to stop you. So they're just very grateful that you're not attempting to just slaughter them all. But with that
I
said,
think they're
we're going to end.
somewhat innocent victims as well with things, but that's neither here nor there right now.
Before we
No,
leave,
they're doing great to
before we
safeguard your
leave,
friend.
I want to make sure I say goodbye to my friends, the goblins, and I just yell goodbye, friend goblins, really loud.
Several of them wince.
There. I think we can safely say that we have them as friends.
I think you're
Except
rather
for the ones that
popular.
were, except for the ones that were chased off by Foghorn.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you for coming to tonight's session. Thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everyone for listening. Let's do a few quick plugs. Going down the line, Matt's brother-in-law writes books. You can get those at No Gods Before Us. Millie streams at twitch.tv/magicalmillie. Lately, it's been a Donkey Kong game.
64!
A game that you insist you love, but I've never seen someone yell at a cartoon bird as much as you do.
Squawk deserves to die, but Lanky Kong is cool. Okay?
And those of us who have social media that we care to share, you can find that information in the show notes. There's a link to our cast page that has all the information. And we have a Patreon, patreon.com/cogwheelgaming. Help us keep the lights on. You can join other Patreons, including Chris, Ellie, Eric, Janadalok, Mickey, Shen, and Walter. And until next time, this is Crash saying, it has been a whole 3 days since someone got my name wrong. This is sounding like such a wonderful, wonderful experience. I am really about how my life is turning out. Excuse me, there's a 7-foot-tall cat person, a tiefling, a dwarf, and 3 cyborg kenku that want to see you. Oh, also a gnome that appears to have something growing out of their forehead. I hate my life and everything about it. Good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.